court belongs to the Timberwolves in this one as we bring you a Western Conference matchup here live from the Target Center in Minneapolis. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. Boy, do we have a treat for you folks. The big ticket is here. Kevin Garnett in the house. KG, welcome.
Man, a lot of people don't know that you actually gave me the name The Big Ticket. Dude, K-Hard, man, I hope you got a package of all this somewhere. I hope you own all the names that you've given over the years.
You are the big ticket still. Great to have Kevin Garnett. And right now, the Rockets, they like to start this road trip off on a positive note. Your drive and attention to detail were phenomenal. How do you deal with rookies who were largely uninformed? They were maybe not as receptive to the attention to detail that the elite like you pursued.
Well, one of the things I would do if I saw a guy who wasn't as keen to detail as I was, I would pull him to the side. I would show him, some of the things I would see. I would get, some dialogue with him and what he was seeing, and then try to get him to see what I was seeing as far as the point I was making. And then, challenge him a little bit to be a little more present within certain things and then apply it. I don't believe in shouting. I don't believe in embarrassing someone. I like to always, grab some of the young guys because the young guys don't have all the confidence yet. So I'm trying to build confidence with the young guys.
Good point.
So
Good point.
When you get them one-on-one, you're able to, have an intimate conversation and have full, they're engaged and talking to you.
Yes.
And that's what you want. So, with that, I've always found it better to go one-on-one to the side and find it to be a lot more efficient.
Well, the body control of Karl Anthony Towns, just a terrific job to take the hit.
Gibson with the steal. Rose against Paul. Rose kicks to Covington. There's the pass to Wiggins. With the floater, and the layup is up and in.
Well, a case where he dominates in close, but Wiggins so versatile on offense.
Rockets leading by 4. Paul finds Capella. Harden outside. Gibson with the steal. And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Jang, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Tolliver comes in for Taj Gibson. Luol Deng is checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Teagan for Derrick Rose.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Houston shooting their first free throws of the game. That free throw good from Kenneth Faried. Jones checked in for Wiggins. And so he hits both. And here is Teague. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged the bullet there.
.30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Chalk up 2 there. Zhang's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, the power and length of Gorgui Dieng. He holds up well in traffic.
Rivers kicks to AI. With some arc. Here's Faried. Comes up empty down low.
Look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play.
Right side Teague. Jones from outside. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Rockets lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
Everyone has to get some of the shit.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Well, they are pounding away on the backboards. Every time that ball goes up, they are ready to go after it.
We've got Anthony Tolliver, Teague out there with Jones. Then it's Dang, and it's Jang in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Teague can't hit. And Kevin, looking back at all the discussion and interviews over the years, you make a lot of analogies to food. Are you a foodie at heart?
Oh, my God. Kev, I am not a foodie.
Really?
Kev, I eat to live.
Well, you know about it.
You know, I eat to live, but I don't want to fool you. I eat to live. Listen, sometimes I forget to eat. Is that bad? Is that bad?
Well, as hard as you work, there's probably a lot on your
Listen,
mind.
Man,
I can get that.
Listen, I like to, a big plate of food scares me. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to keep going on that analogy. You know, a bunch of food no, I don't want to keep going on that one. Just know that I'm not a foodie. But when I explain things, I like to articulate things where people can understand it. So I use food right away.
Good way to connect the dots.
A little bit, you know. Parallels in life and food are very similar, man.
Good.
This is exactly what you hope for from your point guard, Jeff Teague, unselfishly pulling all the right strings.
Now a timeout called by Houston. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed.
That'll do it for the first half. The Timberwolves on top. They lead by 8. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Is checked in for P.J. Tucker. 90 seconds now into the second half. That's tipped and taken away by Paul. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. So on the floor for Houston. The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Clint Capella is out there with AI. And it's Green in at the small forward position. Here's Rose, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Houston gets called for the foul.
Yeah, Derrick Rose over 80% from the free throw line over his career. He makes you pay for those fouls.
The Timberwolves shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Corky Dangs checked in for Taj Gibson. And a switch here also for Houston. Gordon's checked in.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
Houston shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Teague's checked in, and it's Wiggins missing.
As long as they can hang on to this lead, he won't have to answer for what's been an off night for him.
Harden can't hit.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. They'll take that every time.
Inside. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from AI.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
To the inside, Towns, and the layup's good off the glass. Towns has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
As to AI. Houston moving the ball around. Count the basket. AI's got 8 points.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And Teague's at the ball here for Minnesota. A 2-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Second shot opportunity. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, an ever-diversifying offensive arsenal. Wiggins baits the defender with that little up fake.
For Minnesota, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for 2.
Free throw good, Wiggins.
Well, With the first overall pick in 2014, Wiggins has some pressure on him, but he has steadily improved his play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Towns. And it's Dang in for Robert Covington. The Rockets also changing it up. Kenneth Faried's checked in for Capella. Mon Shumpert has come in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Paul. Gordon against Dang. Here's Tolliver. The kick out to Dang. Over Gordon. No good off the front iron. And stolen by Jang. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Yeah, this is the passion we talk about with Gorgui Dieng. Takes the hit, puts it down right in the defender's face.
On the wing, Shumpert, covered by Wiggins, and it's AI missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on them.
Teague with the ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Tolliver. Kicks to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. A floater. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Boy, Kev, how about the quick jump and 7-foot wingspan of Wiggins? Just major advantage on the offensive glass.
Back to AI. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Teague kicks to Wiggins. Over Shumpert. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Teague. Wiggins has got 5 points now this quarter. And that one is off. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Timberwolves lead by 4. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every...
Minnesota making some changes. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Gibson. Wiggins comes in for Jeff Teague. And it's Rose in for Jones. Houston with a big group substitution here. AI is checked in for Nene. P.J. Tucker comes in for Faried. James Harden, he's checked in for Gordon. And Paul's subbed in for Rivers.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Down low, it's Jang and Towns. Wiggins is out there with Rose. And it's Dang in at small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Wiggins. And it falls over the rim and in. Wiggins has got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
A confident young man. Wiggins just answers the bell.
Back to AI. Count it.
I love to see them pound it inside like that, not settling for the perimeter shot.
The Timberwolves shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Rose kicks to Towns. He can't get it to go. And the Rockets take it the other way. They kick it out to Green. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Now it's a 4-point Rocket lead. Towards the Timberwolves now. Pass to Towns. The kick out to Dang. Wiggins outside. Here's the pass to Towns. 5 on the clock. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
Floats it up for AI. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Dang passes to Wiggins. The quick look, no good that time. And it's Houston's ball. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow.
Still a chance here, but they need to score.
They cannot afford to waste a single possession at this point.
Baseline jumper. Got it! A huge shot to tie it up.
Oh, does he deliver? That is a determined young fella right there. Karl Anthony Towns.
Harden kicks to AI. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Tip-off goes to Houston, and no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Rockets, Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. PJ Tucker is out there with AI, and it's Green in at the 3 spot. Towns finds Covington. Here's the floater. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Covington's got the first basket here in overtime for the Timberwolves. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 2 to the paint. Here's AI. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots. Here is Rose. Outside, Towns. And Towns throws it down.
How about the calm demeanor of Towns? Well made for pressure situations.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Taj Gibson's checked in for Minnesota. Teague comes in for Rose. So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our team.
Yo, have y'all gotten any word about the AMJ golf tournament this year?
I heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P- got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year they ain't even like the bay. But we don't never trip. All I know is gas, brake, dip. No, we never trick on that. No, I can't quit. No, I don't with that. But hey, put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb. Put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb. If they hatin', got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year they ain't even like the bay. Had to get it.
Hey, what's up, man?
Got a spot for you right here.
Thanks.
See. Ooh, special. Ooh, saucy. Boom, boom. Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh, shoot.
What happened?
Don't worry. I can fix it.
This is just what I was after.
Anytime. Have a great night.
Thanks, bro. You too.
All right.
And on my own, I could really get it if I want. You can't even get it on the phone. You ain't even know. I be with a getting. I ain't gon' stop putting on. From the home of the slang. Yeah, bad on my game. Yeah, big bag with a aim. Yeah, you ain't really what you claim. Why you always in the way? Fat little ways. Bet you gon' make it shake. Say you bout it, but you ain't. Put me on some. Put me on some. Put me on some, put me on some, put me on some. Yeah, we really going dumb. Put me on some, put me on some, put me on some, put me.
How's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up,
You
man?
help me stretch my arm out real quick?
Yeah. What do you work on today besides this?
Try to get some shots up.
All right. Other side?
That's good. Cool. Hey, thanks.
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. Really, AI? Get your mind right.
All right, let's go. No more dilly-dally.
Hey, hit me up.
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
We'll get the next one. Keep playing like that, you'll win half and you'll lose half. Either way, it needs work.
All right, AI, let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
could do better than that. Pretend that never happened and get at it again next time.
Hey, see you later, man.
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Now we're rolling. Keep it going. All right, on to the next one.
Hey, see you later, man.
Oh, well, second thoughts? Oh, good. I was just getting warmed up.
This is just what I was after.
Anytime. Have a great night.
Thanks, bro. You too.
All right.
Time to bring the bass back. If they hating, got a price to pay. California on my license plate.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, playing above 500.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Jazz. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, and Greg, and I think it complements the starters when you can have such firepower coming off the bench.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge. Thanks. Teaching and motivated. He's done a nice job, DA. Thanks. And tonight, Clark, two veteran clubs facing off. Mentally, we should see very few breakdowns either way.
Yeah, I like the way you put that, Kevin, because you're talking about experience, preparation, and mentality. And those are on display with these teams. They don't...
For the Jazz, Jay Crowder comes in for Derek Favors. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Joe Ingles. The Rockets also changing it up. AI is checked in for P.J. Tucker, and Gordon subbed in for Gerald Green. So on the floor for Houston, the engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Clint Capella is out there with AI, and it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Passes it to Rubio. Mitchell outside. From outside the arc. Harden grabs the miss. Houston's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. AI dishes to Capella. Inside, here's AI. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Boy, the floor awareness of Chris Paul. Gotta respect that. I mean, whenever one of his guys is open, he's getting the ball to him quickly and on time.
Back to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness and the fearlessness there, Greg. I mean, very committed to getting the shot he wanted.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. He kicks to Gobert. Poked away. Back to Mitchell. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Udo's checked in for Gobert, and it's Corver in for Ricky Rubio. Houston also making some changes. Fareed's checked in for Clint Capella. Mon Shumpert has come in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Rockets trailed by 4. Rivers bounce pass. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Back to AI. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. AI's got 8 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Mitchell against Rivers. Mitchell left side. That's a 2 from Crowder, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. In a high-scoring first quarter, both teams really filling it up. Jazz lead, but there's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris.
It's been a sort of long relationship.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, I like it too. They're doing a great job working the ball around, staying aggressive, and capitalizing too.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Gordon, Rivers out there with Mon Shumpert. Then there's Kenneth Fareed, and it's AI in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And it's Mitchell missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the board, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And Eric Gordon-Clark, such a terrific tag team partner for Paul and Harden on the perimeter.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, he provides spacing with the deep range he has. Very efficient shot, not much wasted motion. He can attack closeouts off the dribble, and he gets to that basket and finishes aggressively. His strength very much at work when he does his damage.
AI kicks to Fareed. Back to AI. Fareed trying to get open. And AI with the basket on the assist by Fareed.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, these teams evenly matched, Greg, trading hits and refusing to give up any advantage.
Oh, that's blocked. O'Neal against Gordon. Here's AI. The rebound by the Jazz. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Tough night. I mean, they attacked on both ends, and unfortunately for them, they just got called for a lot of fouls.
Yeah, they were too physical and a little bit out of position. They were rough out there, but ultimately the physicality led to fouls, and that hurt them.
Here's Mitchell. It's a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback. Udo's got it all tied up now for the Jazz.
Excellent timing on that tip in. That's something that makes him so good. I mean, just great timing in the air around the basket, a gift.
Timeout called the Rockets. As the season gets longer, so does the injury list. And Clark, you've taken a look at how you stay healthy, what these athletes have got to do, changes from era to era, but what precautions do teams take right now to ensure their players are at their very healthiest?
Well, you know, I think it's all...
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as...
Kevin, thank you. Kyle, a little tough there offensively in the first half.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed. Eyes checked in for P.J. Tucker. Paul passes to AI. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Monday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
You know, most teams might get worried at a long road schedule like this one, but they've been so good away from home. I think they might be looking forward to it. You have to respect what this team can do when they're in your building.
He's off on the second. Utah's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Ingles outside with Favors at power forward. Rubio teams up with Mitchell in the backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the 5. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Favors. That shot is off, coming up empty for the second time this game. 4 for 6. AI passes to Green, and it's Green with the jam.
He got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it, Kevin and Greg. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Here's Mitchell. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on James Harden.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And Utah making a change here. Crowder's checked in. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. It's a 3-point game. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Jazz have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third.
You know, James Harden, the leading isolation scorer in the league for the last 3 years plus. He's taken it to a whole new level, almost 12 points a game in isolation in 2018. And his efficiency, the best in the game, is off the charts.
They grabbed their own miss. Here's Crowder, banked in off the glass. Crowder's got his first bucket of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
To the inside, Crowder with the steal. And now Utah, fast break. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist from Crowder. And it's a 5-point Jazz lead.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Crowder with the steal. Plenty of space. And again, it's Utah. And it's interesting, isn't it? Isolation, one-on-one basketball has lost favor league-wide, but Harden flips that logic on its head.
Yeah, it can still be a little frustrating to watch at times, Kevin, but it reminds me a bit of the way that Steph Curry changed the definition of a good shot, his deep range and marksmanship from long distance. Now more and more players are shooting it from that deep. Harden is changing the definition of a good possession because he's just so talented at making the toughest shots look easy.
In the corner, Crowder with it. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Green. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Rubio left side. Ingles finds Gobert. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. A different look for Utah. Udo's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. So on the floor for Houston, Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. PJ Tucker is out there with Green, and it's AI in at the center position, and it's in there.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Outside, Green. Back to AI. It's stolen by Gobert. Crowder with it. Now Green defending. Inside. Favors. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Utah.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Ricky Rubio checked in for Utah. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Mitchell passes to Gobert. Over AI. That shot is off. Some solid defense from AI. Rockets trailed by 12 and stolen by Favors. Mitchell up top, defended by Paul. Mitchell dishes to Gobert, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, Rudy Gobert has taken on more of a leadership role with this team. Clearly a difference maker on the court with his defense, and will get the team to fall in line. Hard to argue with one of the elite rim protectors in our league.
A free throw drops for Gobert. And with Gobert, he does so much as a defender with his impact, Greg, in the paint.
Yeah, and Gobert does so much in terms of cleaning up his teammates' mistakes while they're defending out there on the perimeter. It allows his teammates to be more aggressive on D, knowing he's going to be that last line of defense. And Gobert won't let them get too comfortable, as he is one of the more vocal players in terms of shaping their D.
And then Favors with the dunk.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up for it.
To the middle. Kicks it out to Paul. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Rubio.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Shoots the three. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Green. Green's got 4 assists now tonight.
And Harden's three-point accuracy is lethal. I mean, he gets his shot off with such ease and quickness.
Harden against Ingles. Kicks it to Favors. Shoots over Tucker. And that one's good by Favors.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Utah.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, you know, against a conference opponent, Greg, who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what it does. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you next time.
Yeah, what's the charge? That's what I saw.
Definitely.
P-Love, time to bring the bass back. If they hatin', got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year they ain't even like the Bay. But we don't never trip. All I know is gas, bake, dip. No, we never trick on that. No, I can't quit. No, I don't with that. But hey, put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb. Put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb. If they hatin', got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year they ain't even like the Bay. Had to get it on my own. I could really get it if I want. You can't even get it on the phone. You ain't even know. I be with a getting. I ain't gon' stop putting on. From the home of the slang. Yeah, bad on my game. Yeah, big bag with a aim. Yeah, you ain't really what you claim. Why you always in the way? Fat little ways. Bet you gon' make it shake. Say you bout it, but you ain't. Put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb. Put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb.
Stop babysitting, pass it. My fetty stretched like elastic. Yeah, bro, I gotta have it. Born a survival tactic.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Mavericks in Dallas. For Dallas, we've kind of waited and waited for this team to come together and start
Welcome, everyone, here on 2K. We are nearly ready. Yeah, with that pump fake, he can get to the free throw line too, DA. There's just no answer. Well, we're about halfway through the season now, Chris, and you can see the mental grind getting to some of these teams and some of these players. For the Rockets, AI comes in for P.J. Tucker, and Eric Gordon subbed in for Gerald Green. The Mavericks shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. Gordon out there with AI, and it's Capella in at center. A shot by Harden, wide open. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Harden's got 8. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Nowitzki outside, lets the 3 fly. Fresh 24 for Dallas. Dallas moving the ball around. Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Nowitzki's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Nowitzki is one of the deadliest shooters of all time. Every time he lets it go from deep, you just get the feeling it's going in.
Here's AI. It's rebounded by Doncic.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
Nowitzki left side. On deep, Perea. It's rebounded by Houston. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
Almost beyond belief, Greg. I mean, even on a bad night, you think they'd at least be competitive.
Ball outside. Down low. And AI with the basket on the assist from Capella.
This is the next step for Capella, learning how to become a better passer over time.
Mavericks leading by 5. They get a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. 44 seconds left here in the first quarter. Nowitzki finds Berea. 6 on the shot clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Mavericks have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier. For the Rockets, Kenneth Faried's checked in for Capella. Shumpert comes in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's AI. Lays it up and banks it in. AI's got his second bucket of the night.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
And the type of game that many coaches hate. Very little defense being played on either end.
Perea, the pass to Nowitzki. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Mavericks. Now in the later stages of his career, Dirk Nowitzki talks.
Makes you reflect, milestones over.
And it's clear, GA, that Dirk still enjoys playing the game and training buckets in a variety of ways.
You can't deny his legacy. Arguably the best 7-foot shooter in the history of our game, which is why he's so high up on that leaderboard.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, there's not enough defensive pressure on the perimeter. We'll see in the second quarter if that gets corrected.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Dallas, Doncic at the 3 and Dirk at the 4. Then there's J.J. Barea, and it's Kleber in at the center, locking down the middle. The feed to AI, and the shot goes in.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. Houston shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
Outside, Porzingis. And another basket for Dallas.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
But yeah, using his size. That's what I like about his game. He understands where he has the advantage. Then he exploits it.
Kristaps Porzingis, standing 7'3". He's played power forward early in his NBA career, but with that height, his future, it could be at the center position.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third. And if if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. An exception. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for the Mavericks. And a switch here also for Houston. AI has checked in. The pass to Paul. And it's blocked. Taking a look at the Rockets. The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. PJ Tucker is out there with AI. And it's Green in at the 3.
Oh, tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Paul kicks to AI. Pass to Tucker. To the middle. Got a piece of it. AI. And it's blocked. Here's Doncic. 6 points for him.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And that one's good. AI.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Dallas has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Burke kicks to Powell. Lays it up off the glass. Powell's got 6 points.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Back to AI. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Well, Kevin, the Western Conference Finals. I mean, the Rockets had the Warriors right where they wanted them. But due to the injury of Chris Paul, I mean, help open the door for the Dubs, but you got to play who's in front of you, and they won the last 2 games to take a series.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Nowitzki comes in for Porzingis. And Barea subbed in for Burke. And then for Houston, Kenneth Faried's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Gordon comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. Here's Rivers. Makes it off the glass. Rivers has got it all tied up now for Houston. And had they advanced to the finals, Chris, the Rockets would have been favored. Is it hard to bounce back when you felt so close to winning a title?
It can haunt you, but it also inspires you because you know there's things you can work on and you can get right back. I mean, winning a title this year should go a long way towards soothing that pain.
A nice shot by Barea. 1:14 left in the third quarter. Rivers bounce pass. AI kicks to Gordon. Buries it down low. Gordon's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Barea dishes to Hardaway. Barea against Rivers. Outside Hardaway. Rebounded by Faried. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. So they take the lead. AI's got the lead up to 2 now for the Rockets.
Oh, Gordon does more than shoot the ball well. He has great passing instincts.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Barea against Rivers. Doncic kicks to Nowitzki. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And it's blocked. AI up top. Defended by Nowitzki. Faried, no good. Outside Hardaway. Fires the 3. No good. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Rockets lead by 2. And we'll be back right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaches.
And a whole new 5 on the floor. Harden the pass to AI. To the middle. Here's Paul. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Paul's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, so composed and confident. I mean, Paul isn't the biggest guy. That doesn't stop him from getting it done inside.
They've got Dwight Powell. Porzingis is out there with Doncic. Then there's Trey Burke, and it's Hardaway in at the 2 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Houston in the lead. AI kicks to Paul. Floats it up for AI. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Seeing the floor well. Paul is fantastic at noticing when the defense has overcommitted.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Habit. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Burke. 5 on the clock. Up top, Powell. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, that's because both offenses are relentless. Each side trying to close this thing out.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Oh, man, there's no denying that Harden nails these shots all the time. Love how he just takes over these possessions. Now, that's big free throws from a player they depend on in those situations.
Mavericks trailed by 4. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Down low. Here's Powell. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
The deeper in the crunch time we get, the harder he's going to work on the offensive glass.
Here's AI. And that one is good. AI's got 10 points here in the second half.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
Burke kicks to Porzingis. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by the team. Guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man his props.
AI outside. Inside. The dish to Harden. Money!
It's winning time. Harden knows his job description.
Dallas calls timeout. They trail by 2. There's 39 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. And with this game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Powell with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Doncic. It's 4!
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. Comes up with the goods on that one.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 2. 23 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
Yeah, Greg, and I say you go for the dagger. I mean, try to get that big 3. That'll win you the game. Hard work on the boards. A lot of competition for that one. But he's got the lift to be the first one, too.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And so they foul intentionally. It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
But they get what they want out of that trip. Now a 2-possession game.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 4. 15 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's a lot to talk about in this huddle. They'll also have to decide who they'll want to foul.
Ball finds Tucker. Kept alive by Houston. AI outside. Second chance shot. He can't get that one to fall. So a close game sees Dallas taking this. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that
all-time defender.
That's a good question. My position? I have to go with Gary Payton. Michael Jordan.
Time to bring the bass back. If they hating, got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year they ain't even like the bay. But we don't never trip. All I know is gas, bake, dip. No, we never trick on that. No, I can't quit. No, I don't with that. But hey, put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb. Put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb. If they hating, got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year they ain't even like the bay. Had to get it on my own. I could really get it if I want. You can't even get it on the phone. You ain't even know. I be with a getting. I ain't gon' stop putting on. From the home of the slang. Yeah, bad on my game. Yeah, big bag with a aim. Yeah, you ain't really what you claim. Why you always in the way? Fat little ways. Bet you gon' make it shake. Say you bout it, but you ain't. Put me on some. Put me on some. Put me on some, put me on some, put me on some. Yeah, we really going dumb. Put me on some, put me on some, put me on some, put me on some, put me on some. Yeah, we really going dumb.
Stop babysitting, pass it. My fetty stretched like elastic. Yaper, I gotta have it. Born to survival tactics. I'm so I can't even feel my face. Disrespect, get out of place. Then we're gonna put you in your place. Bar none. All my little on the run. All my little go dumb. When they pull up on me in the traffic, they holler, Put me on some. Put me on
Put me on some. Yeah, we really going dumb. Put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb. If they ain't got a price to pay. California on my license plate. If they ain't got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb. Put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb.
No, I don't worry. I tell you, I'm a man who believes that I died 20 years ago. And I live like a man who is dead already. I have no fear whatsoever of anybody or anything.
No, we don't need no security. Stones in my jewelry. What can they do to me? You know me, I will live for eternity. If I survive, then I'm coming for you personally. You heard of me, we don't need no security. Stones in my jewelry. What can they do to me? I will live for eternity. If I survive, then I'm coming for you personally.
Down, train, fake celebrities. I wanna entertain, no similarities, definitely not the same. Them insecurities, got jealousy on the brain. Dare to go to war with me, then my people bring pain. And I can do it story mode, beginner or insane. For the back blocks or for the mains. You're looking at your reflection, you hate what you became. A selfish energy. Sitting inside my house with a candle and a flame, working voodoo on you, trying to focus on my name. I saw the bigger picture, but I'm all in my frame to see they're very weak. These guys are super lame. I see you pushing weights, oh now you're doing gains, but before the creatine, you were tucking in all your chains. See them at the fashion shows, never see them on the train. I keep the voodoo with me, I sit